habla sobre tradiinovación, valores tradicionales y desafíos sociales del siglo XXI. La condesa Batthyány es una figura destacada en la vida civil, científica y pública húngara, empresaria, investigadora y filántropa. Ha obtenido titulaciones como pedagoga, socióloga, especialista en salud mental, experta en marketing y analista de política de seguridad. El foco de su investigación se centra en la adaptación social, la identidad, el funcionamiento de la agricultura comunitaria y las dimensiones humanas de los cambios económicos y sociales. En los últimos años su investigación se ha orientado hacia el papel de la mujer en sectores tradicionalmente masculinos y las cuestiones de relevo generacional en el sector agrario, contribuyendo al desarrollo rural sostenible. Es presidenta fundadora de la Unión de Mujeres Húngaras, presidenta de la Fundación Batthyány de Hungría y miembro activo de la COFAS y el Comité de Mujeres de Copa-Cogeca. Colabora con la FAO y participa en procesos relacionados con el ECOSOC de las Naciones Unidas. También es creadora de obras teatrales y productora del documental El Príncipe de los Médicos, dedicado al beato László Batthyány-Schmidt. Su misión es la tradiinovación, revestir las tradiciones de nuevas formas para hacerlas útiles a la sociedad contemporánea. Muy interesante. Paso la palabra para que nos dé su exposición.
Thank you very much. First of all, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish, I don't speak Italian, I speak German, English, some Russian and Hungarian, and un po' Italiano. So, before I start the Hungarian history lesson for you, I would like to ask my audience that who knows something historically, culturally about Hungary, or who has already been in Hungary or in Budapest. I have already spoken some guests here, and I know that who has already been in Hungary, but who has already been in Hungary, please put that. Yes, thank you. No, not yet? So please come to visit Hungary, and I hope that my research will help you, and I will introduce you the history of our nation, Hungary, or our family, that you will come and you would like to visit Hungary later. I cannot promise that it will be short road, but I am sure by the time I finish my presentation, you will choose your favorite member of the Batthyány family. I am the member of the Order of Vitéz, and where the General Captain was His Royal Highness Joseph Karl von Habsburg-Lothringen, Archduke of Austria, Royal Prince of Hungary. There I am a legate of Vitéz Dames, Staff Captain. I work together with the Deputy Captain General Chevalier Adam Rojko de Bernitz at Csetnek, who is a member of your Committee of Sciences. I got this invitation from the Uberti family, from Maria Lorenda Pinotti dei Uberti Contessa of Cavaia, and from Pierre Felice dei Uberti Count of Caraia. So thanks once more for the invitation, and because of them, I am here with you today. Today I welcome you and stand before you as the wife of Count Adam Batthyány, the Németújvár. I am a mother of 3 children, and I am a representative of our Batthyány family. And I am the president of the Hungarian Batthyány Foundation. In the 21st century, we represent Central Europe, a region shaped by history and facing many modern challenges. Among these, security stands as one of the most important values. We carry forward the Batthyány heritage through social innovation, ensuring that tradition remains alive rather than static. It's important to us that this legacy is not only studied, but also actively maintained and nurtured by the family itself. We move forward in a way that reflects our time embracing tradiinovación, not abandoning tradition, but renewing it. As Roger Scruton wrote, conservatism means preserving what has already been created and proven valuable. Our task is to pass these values on the next generation. In the words of Wendell Berry, the world is not given by our fathers, but borrowed from our children. This belief guides our work and our responsibility for the future. We strive to uphold the legacy and heritage of our ancestor by maintaining our traditions, collecting and preserving relics, and organizing conferences with Batthyány researchers, scientists, and professionals in this field. We also aim to present notable individuals whose contributions have played a significant role in shaping the future of the Hungarian nation. We create and present cultural products, books, theatrical performances, and documentary films that bring the Batthyány heritage closer to the audience in an experiential and authentic way. Our goal is to show that the messages of the past are still valid and important for us today. Here you can see my family, my husband, my 3 children. We work together with the churches, of course, the Catholic churches. The history of the Batthyány family has always run in parallel with the history of the Hungarian nation. Over almost 1,000 years of the Batthyány family's history, we have enriched the Hungarian nation with many outstanding religious, cultural, and political figures, such as advisors to kings, bishops, Palatine, Hungary's first prime minister, a foreign minister, and beatified Doctor of Poor in the 20th century. The Batthyány family is one of the oldest noble families in Hungary. Our origins can be tracked back to the Őrs clan, first mentioned around the year 970, when they settled on the northern shore of Lake Balaton. Lake Balaton, this is the biggest lake in Europe. A record from 1150 mentions a descendant of the Őrs clan named Bélus, who is regarded as an ancestor of the Batthyány family. He served as Ban of Croatia and later as Palatine of Hungary. His son Miska, born in 1214, was the tutor of the future King Béla II. The first clearly documented member of our family is Miklós de Kővágó-Őrs, who married a woman named Katarina Batthyány. Their son, George de Kővágó-Őrs, became captain of Esztergom Castle from 1370, and in 1398 he was granted to the Batthyány estate by King Sigismund in recognition of his achievements in the wars against the Ottomans. The family's motto, Fidelitate et Fortitudine, which means with loyalty and bravery, serve as a moral standard and guiding principle for us, building a bridge between the past and the present. It reminds us daily to take responsibility and to stand up for our values. Boldizsár Batthyány, the first, was the Ban of Jajce in Bosnia, Castellan of Kőszeg, Lord Lieutenant of the region of Vas, and owned more than 52 villages in Körös County. King Vladislaus II gifted the family crest to Boldizsár, the first on the 12th of December in 1500, as a reward for his braveness and accomplishments, securing the Jajce in 1490 and his service for the former king Matthias Corvinus. Here we can see the family's coat of arms donation certificate, which is currently located and being preserved in the Hungarian National Archive. The family crest highlights the family's main color, dark blue, and goldish yellow. Here you can see a pelican sitting in the nest with 3 of her, or his, youths feeding them with his own blood. It's a usual way to represent selflessness and loyalty. If you look a little lower, you can see a lion standing in the cave with holding a sword in his mouth, showing our defense for nation and the ruling monarch, and for our values. This depiction is impacted by the Italian Renaissance. The lion and the pelican symbolizing the family's motto donated by Empress Maria Theresia, Fidelitate et Fortitudine. One of the most influential and educated characters in the Batthyány family is Boldizsár Batthyány III. Here you can see when he was living. He was recognized the importance of many-sided education very early. We know from surviving archives that at the age of 15, he asked his parents to let him learn languages and asked for permission to travel around Europe. According to the famous botanizer Clusius, Boldizsár learned 7 languages and spoke to them fluently in addition to Hungarian, German, Latin, Italian, Spanish, French, and Croatian. He tried to speak to everyone in their own mother language, own mother tongue. Just as an interesting fact, Boldizsár Batthyány commissioned the painting Saint John the Baptist directly from Peter Bruegel the Elder. You can see this painting on the slide. The work was created in 1566 as a gift for his uncle, Ferenc Batthyány. Ferenc himself is also depicted on the painting. A fortune teller is shown predicting his future within the scene. Today, the painting is part of a collection of the Museum of Fine Arts in Budapest and is open to the public. Now we have a quarrel with the Hungarian government. Whom does it belong, this painting? Because this painting always belonged to the Batthyány family. But you know that after the Second World War, Hungary, it's a total another history than here in Spain. On the 17th century, our outstanding ancestor was Count Ádám Batthyány I. Count Ádám Batthyány I was the grandson of Boldizsár III. He reconverted to the Catholic religion in 1629. Ádám has received the title of Count for the Batthyány family on the 16th of August, 1630. In the diploma address to Ádám was highlighted that Ferdinand, the third Holy Roman Emperor, personally acknowledged the values and service of the Count. Our family has many stories and legends spanning the centuries, which we carry and tell from time to time. One of these carefully guarded stories is the romantic legend of Tokai Furmint. I don't know that you have already heard about Tokai, but this is a very interesting story. This is between Italy and Italian culture and Hungarian culture. Count Ádám Batthyány deeply fell in love with a beautiful Italian countess, Aurora Caterina Formentini. They were married with the blessing of Emperor Ferdinand II. Here you can see the original marriage contract. It was in 1632, which is still located and kept safely by Aurora's family in the Formentini castle in San Floriano, Friuli County. According to the marriage contract, they received 300 vines of Tokai as a wedding present from the Formentini family. They brought them with them when they moved to Hungary. From these grapes, the wine was named Furmint, so Formentini Furmint. Furmint is still the name of this type of the wine in the Tokai region of Hungary and remains once Hungary's well-known wine. And, you know, as in Austria, the Grüner Veltliner is the wine of the country. Hungary is the Furmint, is the wine of Hungary. As I have mentioned in the previous slide, Adam Batthyány I received the title of Count in the 17th century. The next important step in moving forwards with ranks and titles was in the 18th century. Here I would like to introduce you Prince Károly Batthyány, who received the most significant rank in our family. Francis I, Holy Roman Emperor, gifted the title of Prince of the Holy Roman Empire to Károly Batthyány on the 3rd of January 1764. He was awarded in reason to his dedication towards the Holy Roman Empire. He fought as a field marshal during the Habsburg-related wars in the 18th century. He was also the Ban of Croatia between 1742 and 1756. In 1748, he was even trusted by Empress Maria Theresia with providing the best education for the future Emperor Joseph II. At the time, it was one of the most important roles to educate the future generation, future king. Fülöp Batthyány took part in the Battle of Győr in 1809 and played an important role in Hungarian public life. He was a major patron of culture and is also remembered for improving the lives of the people living on his estates through careful management and early social measures. He introduced pensions, medical care, and access to education for his tenants and organized various forms of social support. He also carried out land reforms and became known as the Gentle Prince, who built the country through quite practical work rather than public speeches. He supported the founding of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences with a significant donation and contributed archaeological objects to the National Museum. And last year was the anniversary year of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences. It had been 200 years old. In the 19th century, Count Lajos Batthyány was not only Hungary's first prime minister in 1838, but defining statesman of a turning point in European history. At a time of revolution and uncertainty, he worked to transform Hungary into a modern constitutional state guided by responsibility, reform, and national independence. He stood for dialogue over division and stability over chaos, even as pressures mounted around him. His ultimate sacrifice in 1839 made him a lasting symbol of integrity, courage, and service to the nation. Alongside him stood Countess Antonia Zichy, his wife and remarkable figure in her own rights. She was not only a supportive partner, but an active participant in public life, known for her strength, loyalty, and commitment during one of Hungary's most turbulent periods. After her husband's execution, she preserved his legacy with dignity and resilience, becoming a symbol of faithfulness and moral strength. Together, they represent a shared legacy of responsibility, sacrifice, and dedication to the common good values that continue to inspire the spirit of the award bearing their names. Our foundation, the Hungarian Batthyány Foundation, has established to honor their sacrifices the Count Lajos Batthyány and the Count Antonia Zichy Award in 2019. We established this foundation in 2015. They were created to recognize individuals who work selflessly for the community in the spirit of its namesakes, as well as outstanding achievements that place the interest of the community above personal interest, following the example of Count Lajos Batthyány and his wife. Please allow me to show you a 2-minute video summarizing the Count Lajos Batthyány and Countess Antónia Zichy award giving ceremony. Here you will see last year's winners, members of the public, scientists, historians, researchers, religious, decision makers, and members of our family. I hope it works. My son. Thank you. We have also produced a play called Tony, Love Each Other and Cherish the Memory of Your Father in 2020. The play Tony tells the extraordinary life story of Countess Antónia Zichy, wife of Lajos Batthyány, the Prime Minister of Hungary's first independent government. The performance is based on her personal recollections, portraying how she accompanied her husband on his tragic journey. From imprisonment to execution, and how she was able to transform pain into strength and grief into a lasting example. The production presents a distinctly female perspective while reflecting the fate of an entire nation. Tony was not only a wife and mother, but a symbol of the faith and forgiveness. Despite one of the greatest losses, her story teaches that dignity and love of country can never be lost. The play powerfully shows that the great dramas of history unfold not only on battlefields, but also within the heart of families. Among our ancestors, blessed László Batthyány-Schmidt holds a particularly cherished place. He was beatified on 23rd of March 2003 by Pope John Paul II, and his life remains a profound example of Christian charity and humility. Prince László Batthyány-Schmidt became a role model for many people and believers. He was known as the doctor of the poor. He not only restored the sight of many patients, but was known also in a broader sense, opened their eyes to spirituality. He was widely recognized for his extraordinary charity and support for the most vulnerable. He treated the poor free of charge and also covered their expenses, including medicines and travel costs. László Batthyány-Schmidt was born on 28th of October in 1870 in Dunakility as the sixth child of Joseph II Batthyány and Ludovika Batthyány. In 1896, he met Maria Theresia Koret, and 1897, he married the deeply religious countess. Together, they had 14 children, of whom 11 reached adulthood. Their first daughter, Mizike, died at the age of 4 in 1905. This loss has a profound impact on László Batthyány-Schmidt and marked the turning point in his life, leading him to live his faith in a deeply committed and complete way. The family attended Holy Mass together every morning, and in the evening they prayed the Rosary as a family. Today there are around 200 descendants of Prince Batthyány-Schmidt. My husband is his grandson, and our 2 children are his great-grandchildren, continuing not only his name, but also his spiritual legacy. Inspired his life and message, we have created a documentary film in his honor, presenting his enduring teaching. If you want to be happy, make others happy. This simple yet powerful message continues to resonate deeply in today's world. The life of László Batthyány-Schmidt and his marriage to Maria Theresia Corrett remain an example to this day. Their enduring love and exemplary marriage continue to serve as a moral and spiritual compass for families today. He also adapted the family motto to reflect this spirit, fidelitate et caritate, with loyalty and love. This year, we have started a new initiative, the Blessed László Batthyány-Schmidt Religious Tourism Pilgrim. This pilgrim is deeply inspired by the life and beliefs of the Blessed László Batthyány-Schmidt. His life's work and deep faith inspired this new religious tourism initiative. What makes the program unique is that it brings together the heritage of several beliefs: Catholic, Reformed, Lutheran, Jewish, Unitarian sites will all be included along the route. We believe that the Batthyány family was ahead of its time in recognizing that faith relationship with churches and service to communicate are lasting forces that shape society. This initiative aims not only to preserve cultural heritage, but also to strengthen national identity and promote religious tourism. Before I explain you the current location of our pilgrim, I would like to take the opportunity to introduce you my partner, Edith Székely, who is here with us today. Edith is the European Director of the World Religious Tourism Network. We have started this project 2 years ago. The goal is to ensure that the family's heritage doesn't remain just a part of history, but becomes a living experience for visitors, pilgrims, and local communities. The Hungarian Batthyány Foundation is a member of the World Religious Tourism Network, and in cooperation with the Pilgrim Academy, is working on the continuous expansion of this initiative. We also would like to highlight our long-term vision with this pilgrim, to create a cross-border religious tourism network connecting 5 countries and 14 cities. For example, there is Ludbreg from Croatia, Bratislava, Slovakia, and in Hungary, and Vienna, Austria, and Romania. The next slide it will be in September. We are very happy to share that our foundation will participate this year to the conference of the famous Flemish botanist called Carolus Clusius. He was a dear friend of Boldizsár Batthyány III. They have often exchanged letters where they have discussed art, science, and nature. The botanist was also invited to the castle of Boldizsár in Güssing. Clusius brought the potato, tomato, and paprika and to the public's attention with many others. Slowly, I am at the end. As you can see, we are actively present in the 21st century as well, while continuing to respect and build on the legacy of our ancestors. We believe that some of the greatest teachers in life are the individuals who came before us and stories of their lives. Through them, we can better understand human behavior, core values, and how people respond to challenges and difficult situations. Their examples show that almost anything can be achieved with focus, conviction, and belief. Whether it was Batthyány, Ádám Batthyány I, the Count becoming the Count, or Károly Batthyány receiving the highest rank of our family, become a prince, Lajos Batthyány becoming Hungary's first prime minister, or the László Batthyány-Schmidt being recognized by the Pope for his humanitarian work. Each story reflects determination, responsibility, and service to the others. Our mission is to present the heritage of the Hungarian nation and the values of our family in a way that speaks to the modern age, metaphorically dressing them in contemporary forms. We build it on tradiinovación, bringing together tradition and innovation through social innovation. We present our classical values in ways that are relevant and inspiring for today's world by passing these timeless principles to younger generation. This vision is already being carried forward by the next generation. For example, in 2024, my son Boldizsár founded the Young Batthyány Circle, which has already grown to 250 members. It is a community of young people united by shared conservative values. My daughter, Katalin, has chosen the path of the arts in cooperation with the Hungarian National Archives. She promotes classical jewelry, tradition, by bringing them to life through the stories and families' legends, connecting to them, making history, and inspiring for contemporary audience. And here is my last slide. And last but not least, here you can find my contact details, and I hope that I have sparked your interest towards the Batthyány family and the Central European and Hungarian noble heritage. I strongly believe in collaboration within classical values. The Hungarian Batthyány Foundation is always happy to collaborate with other institutes and foundations. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you for this opportunity with the motto of the family, Fidelitate et Fortitudine. Thank you.